Article 300 of the National Electrical Code addresses cable protection requirements. Section 300.5d specifically states that metal-clad cable installed in other than raceways or enclosures must be protected from physical damage. PVC-coated CLX is a type of metal-clad cable. Therefore, the National Electrical Code requirement for metal-clad cable protection applies to it. Whether laying PVC-coated CLX in the ground constitutes physical damage is open to interpretation by the local authority having jurisdiction. However, it is generally accepted that cable should not be exposed to conditions that could cause abrasion, crushing, or other forms of damage. Leaving PVC-coated CLX exposed in the ground raises several safety concerns. Firstly, a cable could create a tripping hazard for personnel and equipment. Secondly, the cable could be damaged by vehicles, falling objects, or other activities. Thirdly, if the cable is exposed to moisture, it could lead to electrical shock or short circuits. It is likely that an authority having jurisdiction would consider laying PVC-coated CLX on the ground to be a violation of the National Electrical Code requirement for cable protection. While the suggested method of installation may save money and time upfront, it is important to consider the potential costs and risks associated with cable damage and safety hazards. It is highly recommended to follow the National Electrical Code requirement and install PVC-coated CLX in accordance with the applicable codes and regulations. This may involve installing it in raceways or enclosures to protect it from physical damage. While it is ultimately the authority having jurisdiction's decision, it is unlikely that they would approve leaving the cable exposed in the ground. Therefore, consider the NEC requirements for cable protection. It is crucial to understand how these codes apply to your specific installation of PVC-coated CLX cable. Always consider the potential for physical damage when determining your installation method. Laying the cable directly on the ground introduces several safety risks. Firstly, it creates a tripping hazard for personnel and equipment operating in the area. Secondly, the cable could be damaged by various external factors such as vehicles, falling objects, or general site activities. Thirdly, exposure to moisture can lead to electrical hazards like shocks or short circuits. The local authority having jurisdiction is responsible for interpreting and enforcing the NEC. They have the final say on whether a particular installation meets code requirements. It is unlikely that an AHJ would approve an installation where the cable is simply laid in the ground, unprotected. While this method might seem like a cost-effective solution, it is crucial to weigh the potential long-term expenses associated with cable damage and safety risks. Consider the costs of repairing or replacing damaged cables. Also consider the potential liability associated with accidents caused by unsafe installations. To ensure code compliance and prioritize safety, consider installing the PVC-coated CLX cable in raceways or enclosures. These methods provide physical protection against damage and minimize the risk of electrical hazards. Consulting with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer can provide valuable insights and ensure that the installation meets all applicable codes and regulations. Remember, prioritizing safety and code compliance is essential for a reliable and safe electrical system. The National Electrical Code provides specific guidelines for cable installations to ensure safety and prevent potential hazards. It is crucial to understand and adhere to these regulations to protect personnel and equipment. Metal-clad cable, including PVC-coated CLX, is designed to be durable but still requires protection from physical damage, as stated in Section 300.5d of the NEC. The interpretation of physical damage is key to understanding the NEC requirements. Physical damage refers to any condition that could compromise the integrity of the cable, leading to electrical hazards or system failures. Laying the cable directly on the ground exposes it to several potential sources of physical damage. Consider the impact of weather conditions. Exposure to sunlight, rain, and temperature fluctuations can degrade the cable's outer jacket over time. Abrasion from contact with the ground or surrounding objects can also wear down the cable's protective layers. Heavy equipment or vehicles operating in the area could accidentally run over the cable, causing significant damage. Even foot traffic can contribute to wear and tear over time. In addition to physical damage, moisture intrusion is a significant concern when cables are laid directly on the ground. Water can penetrate the cable through small cracks or imperfections in the outer jacket, leading to corrosion of the conductors and insulation breakdown. This can result in electrical shorts, ground faults, and other hazardous conditions. The authority having jurisdiction plays a critical role in enforcing the NEC and ensuring that electrical installations meet safety standards. Before proceeding with any electrical installation, it is essential to consult with the local AHJ to obtain their approval. They can provide guidance on specific code requirements and help ensure that the installation is safe and compliant. While cost savings may be a driving factor in choosing an installation method, it is important to consider the long-term consequences of cutting corners. The cost of repairing or replacing damaged cables, along with the potential liability associated with safety hazards, can quickly outweigh any initial savings. Investing in proper cable protection methods such as raceways or enclosures is a wise investment in the long-term reliability and safety of the electrical system. There are several options for protecting metal-clad cable from physical damage. One common method is to install the cable in a rigid metal conduit. Conduit provides a robust barrier against impact, abrasion, and moisture. Another option is to use cable trays or ladder racks to support the cable above ground. These systems allow for easy access to the cable for maintenance and repairs. Direct burial is another option, but it requires the cable to be specifically rated for direct burial applications and installed at the proper depth. In conclusion, while it may be tempting to save time and money by laying PVC-coated CLX cable directly on the ground, it is not a recommended practice. This method exposes the cable to physical damage, moisture intrusion, and other hazards that can compromise the integrity and safety of the electrical system. Adhering to the NEC requirements for cable protection is essential for ensuring a reliable and safe electrical installation. Always consult with the local authority having jurisdiction and consider the long-term costs and benefits of different installation methods. By prioritizing safety and code compliance, you can protect personnel, equipment, and the environment from potential electrical hazards. Remember, safety should always be the top priority in any electrical installation. Do not compromise on safety to save time or money. A well-designed and properly installed electrical system will provide years of reliable service and minimize the risk of accidents or failures. The NEC requirements for cable protection are in place for a reason. They are based on years of experience and research and are designed to prevent electrical hazards and ensure the safety of people and property. Take the time to understand these requirements and follow them carefully. The consequences of ignoring them can be severe. Electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. By working together to ensure that electrical installations are safe and compliant, we can create a safer environment for all. The NEC is a living document that is constantly updated to reflect changes in technology and best practices. It is important to stay up to date on the latest changes to the NEC to ensure that your electrical installations are compliant. There are many resources available to help you learn about the NEC, including training courses, online forums, and publications. Take advantage of these resources to expand your knowledge and improve your skills. Electrical work is a skilled trade that requires specialized knowledge and training. If you are not a qualified electrician, do not attempt to perform electrical work yourself. Hire a licensed electrician to perform any electrical work that you need done. A licensed electrician has the knowledge, skills, and experience to perform electrical work safely and correctly. They will also be familiar with the NEC and other applicable codes and regulations. The NEC addresses methods for protecting cables that are not installed in raceways or enclosures, and these must be protected from physical damage. This applies to PVC-coated CLX cable. An authority having jurisdiction may have varied interpretations. Laying PVC-coated CLX cable raises safety concerns. These safety concerns include the creation of a tripping hazard for personnel, potential physical damage, and possible water intrusion that may lead to electrical shock. Installation of such cables in this method would violate the NEC requirements for cable protection. It is important to note the upfront savings in money and time need to be considered against the potential costs and risks from cable damage and associated hazards. It is important to install these cables according to codes and regulations. This includes using raceways or enclosures for physical protection. It is unlikely the authority having jurisdiction will approve of installations where the cable is exposed. The NEC clearly states the requirements for cable protection. CLX cable is MC cable, and therefore the NEC requirements for MC cable protection apply to CLX cable. Whether or not laying PVC-coated CLX cable on the ground constitutes physical damage is open to the local AHJ, but generally accepted is that cable should not be exposed to conditions that could cause damage such as abrasion or crushing. Leaving cables exposed on the ground leads to safety concerns. These include personnel tripping, physical damage to the cable by vehicles or falling objects, and also potential for water intrusion which can lead to electrical shock and short circuits. It is likely that the authority having jurisdiction would consider laying the cable directly on the ground a violation of NEC. While it may save money and time, it is important to consider potential costs and risks such as safety hazards and cable damage. Follow the NEC and install cables in accordance with regulations. Use raceways or enclosures to protect from damage. The AHJ may not approve leaving the cable exposed.